What is good, family? Jay is back with another one. DJ Khaled voice, you know what I'm saying? But as I said, right, one of my goals was to be more consistent in the content that I post on YouTube. And as you guys have noticed, I've been a lot more frequent with these videos than I have in the past on this channel. And what it was is I kind of got to the point where it was like, yo, if I say I'm gonna do something, like, I gotta just do it. I gotta stop talking, right? Like, I have dreams, I have goals, I have desires for my future, and I have to execute on very practical ways to get there. You feel me? So I kind of got to that point, and that's why I've been posting a lot more. So we are back with another one. But before we get into this video, right, I want you to think of yourself as a cup, right? And as a cup, you get to dictate what comes in, whether it be good or bad. If I fill a cup up with something that is nasty, that is not good, no one's gonna want to drink from it. But if I fill a cup up with something that is tasty, that is good, you're gonna want to drink from it. You feel me? And when you think of yourself as a cup, you can choose to bring in bad information or good information, right? And I choose to fill myself up with things that are good. They're gonna take me to the next level in my career, in my relationship with Jesus, in my relationships with my family or significant other. You feel me? And eventually, when you fill up a cup, right, it has a limit as to how much it can take in, and it starts to overflow over the sides, right? And I think us as people, we need to operate out of that overflow. We need to be so focused on bettering ourselves, bettering our relationship with Jesus, bettering our career, that we're taking up all this information and we can't help but give it. We can't help but share it because it's just overflowing out of us, because it's a continual process of learning and bettering ourselves, right? So I think just a little encouragement is to operate out of that space, that place of overflow. You know what I mean? Continue to learn, continue to educate yourself, and you get to a point where you educate yourself so much that you can't hold the information in. It starts to overflow out of the sides and you share it with other people. You feel me? But make sure what you're sharing is good, because if it's nasty, no one's gonna want to drink it. But let's get to the video. Check it out.
Jones.
My dude Sammy being goofy. He's a weekly client, and I really like his hairstyle with the braids and you know, with the fade on the side. I wish I had the patience to grow my hair out, because it's definitely a style I would rock. And if my forehead wasn't so big, you know, it's the struggle. But I started off with my bald line. I'm gonna go ahead and go all the way around the head, kind of dropping it towards the back. This would be a mid fade. And the highest guard we are going to use to blend into is going to be a number 2, as you will see. But this right here is the first guideline. We're going to go ahead and follow it with the shaver. Then we're going to go ahead and follow it up with the clipper all the way open. Again, following the shape that we made with our bald line, going up about half an inch. And we're going to do that all the way around the head. Here, to attack that line between the bald and the open, I have the lever halfway between the closed and open, and I'm just attacking that line, not going all the way up to the top of that guideline. But you see here, I close it, and you're gonna see it start to blend out. So I'll make my guideline all the way open, close it halfway, and then close it all the way. And by the time you do that, it should be pretty blended. And if not, you can always go back in detail, playing with the lever. with the one guard open, and he gets his hair cut pretty often, so this basically blends like right into the top. And then right under that one open, we're gonna close it right here. And when I do that, you're still gonna see a very faint line, which is I'm gonna take out with the half guard here in a couple steps that you'll see. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you, his hair texture is pretty easy to blend, especially since he gets it cut every week. But here above that one open, I have the two guard all the way open, but I do end up closing it because the two guard open isn't taking off much hair. So the two guard closed is gonna be the highest guard that we use, as you see right here. Here I pointed out the line in between the one open and the two guard, and this is the 1.5 all the way open. And we're gonna attack that line and we're gonna close it gradually as needed. And this is gonna be getting through our steps as quick as we can. And then, as you guys know, where the magic is made is in the detail work that I do at the end. But with this haircut, he does get two parts in his fade. So I'm gonna go ahead and create those once again, making sure they're even. And one thing that I like to do with my designs and that I've learned is that you don't want to just make a line one-sided, because there's two sides to a line. So you'll press it in like normal, and then you hit the bottom of the line by flipping the trimmer around, and that gives it a lot cleaner look. And then here I'm gonna hit that with the razor, and it's gonna make those two lines pop. Alright, now on this side we kind of do it a little bit different. As you remember, we already made our second guideline with the clipper open, but we're gonna follow that up with the one guard open once again, and we're gonna go ahead and connect it to the other side that we just completed. And right under that, as you see, I just closed the clipper right under that one guard open. Highest guard, the number 2. I don't know why I went open again, but I do end up closing it just like I did on the other side. And that is going to be the highest guard we are blending into. And for me, I definitely prefer the clients to come in with the hair already braided, just because it's way easier to cut when it's all tied up like that. And again, it's like blending into a finished look, and it's cool for the picture as well. And under that too, we're gonna go ahead and go with the 1.5 open, and there you saw me finesse it with the closed, and then I opened it once again. So for me, I do a lot of you know what I mean, lever play. I like to open it and close it because the head, again, is not perfect. It has a lot of indentations and different dark areas that you gotta learn how to work your way around and blend, you know what I mean? And for that last line, we're gonna go ahead and attack that with the guard closed, and then I'm gonna open it gradually as I get towards the middle of that fade. And it's not gonna be perfect once I finish this step, but you're gonna see I go back and detail this blend, and it takes it to another level for the Instagram quality haircut. And I want to take some time to talk about this technique in using the corner of the blade to blend. And if you think about point cutting, right? When you point cut, it's kind of making incisions in the hair that kind of allows it to blend better without taking off a lot of hair at once, you know what I mean? Because when you put the clipper flat against the head, what that does is it takes a lot of hair off at once. But when you use the corner of the blade, it kind of works the same as point cutting, right? So it allows you to get into darker areas that you weren't able to get in with the guard that you use in that specific area to blend better. You know what I mean? It kind of gets into those dark areas and breaks those hairs apart, so it looks like a lot more fluid blend throughout the entire head. I don't know if I explained that well. Let me know in the comments how I explained that. I'm definitely trying to get better in my teaching skills as well. You know what I mean? But here is that detail work that I was talking about. Go ahead and attacking those dark spots, allowing that blend to just, you know what I mean, come together the more you detail it. But I'm gonna go ahead and blend into the beard, and I start off closed and then open it. And for the most part, once I get to the guard, open it, almost always blend into the beard unless they have a big Rick Ross joint. But for this, I just go closed and then open it gradually, and it usually blends right into the beard. But for the hairline, I like to taper with the grain because it allows it to have a nicer, fuller look than going against it. But this is my one guard all the way open, and what this does is allows the hair to lay down a lot nicer. And when I line up the hair, I like to start in the middle of the head and move to the right, because naturally for me, I tend to make the right side a lot higher than the left side, just naturally. So this is something I just found work best for me over time. For this part, you'll see me point out a part of his hair that is growing back because a few haircuts back, I wasn't able to get him in. So he went to another barber and he kind of pushed him back just a little bit. So we're letting that area grow back, which is why it's lighter. But for the arch, I always start at the top, go to the bottom, and then meet it in the middle. And that kind of makes a bulletproof way to get a really nice C-cup while not pushing it in too far, you know what I mean? Because you don't want the grow back to look like this piece of hair that's growing back on his box area, you know what I mean? You want it to grow in, not looking crazy. Y'all already know how I feel about enhancements. I love them personally. I embrace every aspect of the barbering industry, the new, the old, the stuff that is to come. Because, you know what I mean, with growth comes change. And for me, you know what I mean, as long as you keep it looking natural and you're not literally painting it on and making it look like a Sharpie, I do not see a problem with it, you know what I mean? But I actually make cutouts for the arches because it allows me to keep the shape of the arches and not get the color all over the skin. But I'll just, you know, spray it from about six feet back, and it just sprays on really nicely and evenly, and it looks really natural. And another color enhancement that I use that I follow up sometimes after the Kiss Express and the air compressor is the hair fibers, because it gives it a lot drier look, which ends up being a lot more natural look as well. So I sprayed some hair fibers on that, relined it, and you can see that lineup is looking real tough. You know what I mean? It was crispy before, and now it's even crispier with it. So, and he loves enhancements as well. You know what I mean? I didn't force him on him, he asked for them. So, and for the beard, I go ahead and line up the back, line up the bottom. You want to keep that natural as well, because again, you don't want grow backs to look crazy. And when I line up the beard, I always start at the top, just like I do with the C-cup. And then I'll go to the bottom of the beard and I'll meet it in the middle. And that's how you get that nice round shape on the beard. And one thing you'll see I'll have my client do as well is blow out the bubble, because it allows me to get a nice cleaner shave without, you know, risking cutting him. And you'll see that nice ash line, but I always wipe off the first 1 or 2 ash lines so I can, and reline it so I can make sure that when the ash line is gone, it is actually a nice, sharp, crispy line. And I'm also going to color enhance the beard. And with the beard, I don't use the air compressor because it's hard for me to control how much I put on. So this is the Elegance hair color, and I use a paintbrush to put it on. And I'll just put it directly on the line, all the way through, and then you'll see me brush it in. And it kind of just enhances the beard, you know what I mean? And then I'll reline it with the razor, and you'll see how sharp that joint comes out here in a second. And this angle right here is mad crazy though. Lines are sharp, blend is nice. But with the razor, you always want to stretch the skin and just attack that line, you know what I mean? Make that thing as mean and as crispy as possible. Get the eyes looking, make people look twice. Post it on Instagram and grow from there, you know what I mean? But this is the cut, YouTube. Let me know what you think. Drop a comment, drop a like, hit that subscribe button. Follow me on IG at Dre Clipper Hands, you know what I mean? But this is the cut. Thank you for the love. Stay tuned.